So I saw this video and it was talking about I'll likely die alone and angry. And I was thinking to myself, that's a recurring thought that I've had a lot. I thought to myself that, I'm gonna die alone, nobody's gonna love me, all this stuff. And well, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that is very important. You need to actually be listening to the types of beliefs that you're having with yourself, because if you're believing that you're gonna die alone, guess what? You're not gonna take any action. You're not gonna try to approach that girl. You're not going to even, try to start that business. You're not going to believe that you're worthy of love. You're not going to believe that you're handsome, right? None of this stuff is going to line up. And what's going to happen is basically you're just going to completely isolate yourself. So that guy in the video, he was just saying like, oh, I'm likely going to die and be angry, die alone and be angry. I'm like, well, if you accept that reality about yourself, then that's what's going to happen. And it really comes down to any belief that you have in life. Whatever you keep saying to yourself is going to happen usually. Now, not all the time. This is the difference between manifestation and, you can't manifest $1 billion out of thin air. You can change your beliefs and then work really hard and then get there, right? Doing the right things. But otherwise, you're not going to get there just because you want to manifest stuff. It comes down to your beliefs. You're changing your beliefs to actually move forward. And the main thing I've realized in my life is that I wasn't going to record this video, right? I realized in my life that you just sometimes have to push past these negative beliefs and push past, because guess what? What is everybody else doing? They're doing the opposite. They're quitting. If everybody's quitting, guess what? There's an opportunity. There's an opportunity for you to make money. Look, there's nobody outside right now. It's really cold outside. There's nobody walking outside right now. Nobody. So guess what? Nobody's recording a video. Nobody's outside walking, recording a video. So that means that I have a lot more value as a YouTube channel, because look, no one else is doing it. And people want to see content that helps them. And how am I going to help you unless I'm practicing what I'm preaching, But anyways, come back to the subject. Whatever you believe is going to happen and you put action behind that, it's going to happen. And you sometimes have to push past the negative beliefs that you're having. I almost didn't record this video, but guess what? There's a lot of people who just decide to quit. And I wanted to also talk about an idea, right? Ideas, they're not worth much. Ideas are worth more if you put action behind them. So there's an idea out there, right? Most people will say it's not going to work. And ironically, it's for that very belief that it works. I remember whenever I was trying to do door-to-door sales, right? And I was knocking on each door. I was, people told me I was crazy. Even I didn't believe myself, but I just pushed past that belief. And guess what? I got a $200 sale just from, I kept knocking and I kept, changing my script slightly so that I would eventually get a sale, right? And once I got that sale, guess what? Another sale was around the corner really fast, right? I got another sale, $200. And then another sale, $300. And it was for a pressure washing company that I started myself, right? And I remember my friend was also helping me to knock doors, and he was saying to himself, I don't know if we could get 3 in a day. And I was like, well, let's push for it, because we don't know if it's possible or not until we try. But I actually said to him, I was like, it's totally possible. I think we can totally do it. Guess what? We got 3 in a day. It was $800 profit. We rented the thing for like $25 or $40 for the day. And we finished all the jobs. It goes to show you that your beliefs are what determine your success. It's not really much the vehicle. Because with this YouTube thing, right? I only got 2 views on the last video. So most people would have looked at the video and been like, I give up. This is not working. But guess what? I'm wiser than that. I know that I need to treat these videos like knocking on doors. I'm going to knock on doors until I get a lot of views, right? I'm going to keep creating videos until I get a lot of views. Because I know this stuff is worth it, right? I know people want to listen to advice from somebody who's failed so many times, but is actually getting up and actually trying, because people can relate to that. This is stuff you're not going to find on the internet too easily. Everyone's trying to sell you a course. Look, if I tried to sell you a course, I'd be so upfront about it. I'd be so transparent about it. I'd be like, look, I'm trying to sell you a course in this video, and if you're down for it, buy the course. But otherwise, don't buy the course if you don't believe in it, right? I'm not gonna like try to sales pitch everybody, because what I sell more is, if I'm gonna sell something to someone, it would be implementation. It wouldn't be like, you know, just information. Of course I could sell information, but I'd like to help people implement it, because that's more valuable. Because, you know, I'm talking about beliefs in this video. So, but also, the other thing is, I wanted to talk about how people are, sorry, I'm walking so much. I wanted to talk about how people, they talk themselves out of doing stuff, right? In business or anything that you want to succeed in life at, you need to take action fast. Otherwise, you're going to talk yourself out of it. This comes from Mel Robbins, the 5-second rule. Once she started taking faster decisions without thinking so much about it, if she was worth it, or if she was, you know, like it was the right time, she took more action, and guess what? Now she's a multi-millionaire. And the crazy part is she's mostly a multi-millionaire from like a book and some seminars. It's nothing crazy. All she talks about is one thing. Just 5-second rule, right? Pretty crazy, right? And the thing is, you know, my last video I talked about producing more than you're consuming, but sometimes you do need to consume a bit to like kind of understand these stories and understand what other people have done. But there comes a point where you need to just be like, okay, that's enough information. I need to go act now, right? So, but I also want to tell you other stories, guys. Sorry, I'm all over the place in this video. Let me refocus myself. Basically, there's been times where I was like, oh, I should quit, right? I should just quit, right? There's a challenge I had, right? You've probably seen it before. It's like the Ryan Trahan challenge, where he turns a penny into $100 or something in a day. I was like, no way this works. And so I go out to Walmart, right? I take a penny and I walk up to the first lady I see taking fast action, right? And I'm like, hey, I'm trying to turn a penny into $100, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, yeah, I'll sell you my pen for a penny. And I was like, oh, cool. That was easy. But I don't think it's going to work. And then I was like, well, anyways, I'm going to keep trying, right? So I go up to somebody else. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to sell this pen. And I'm trying to trade up to $100 for a TikTok challenge, whatever. And she was like, oh, sure. I got the pen. And then I took the pen and I sold it to somebody. Oh, wait, sorry. I sold the pen to her for $1. And then I took that $1 and I bought some whiteboards, right? Not whiteboards, but like white posters. And I took those white posters and I wrote on them and I said, I make jokes. And if you laugh, I get $1, right? So I did this for an hour. I went around the store in Walmart making people laugh. got $1 each, and I got up to $8. So then I bought water and I sold it at the curb. Long story short, I made $100 in a day selling water at the curb. Isn't that crazy? I just followed the exact thing that he was doing, and I actually succeeded. That's because I took fast action. I wasn't overthinking everything, and I didn't let my negative beliefs get in the way. So you guys in the video, what I want you to do, you guys that are watching this YouTube video, I want you to actually, go in the comments, say something that you want to achieve, and then go take your first action towards it. The 5-second rule from Mel Robbins, it's literally 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, right? You want to get it to like where you're going way before it gets down to 1, like 5, 4, 3, you're starting to walk, right? And then you just like do whatever, like, it's the right thing that you need to do towards your goal. So you just do it, right? So that's the key. If you want to succeed in life, you gotta take fast action. But obviously, if it's been done by others, it's successful. You can still make money in it, and you'll figure it out along the way. The crazy part is humans are very adaptive, and I know I'm yapping a lot here, but humans are very adaptive. You're gonna figure it out along the way, whether you believe it or not, because you figured out where you're at right now. You have a place to stay, you have bills to pay, you have a family, you put food on the table, you go to work every day. So if you can do that, look, everything's subjective. Most things are subjective in life, right? A lot of work to one person is not a lot of work to another person. So you can do it. You'll figure it out. You'll adapt. You don't necessarily need a mentorship to actually succeed. You don't need one of those. You don't need like a $5,000 mentorship to succeed. All you need is just persistence. That's really it. And then what you can do is just keep repeating it. Whatever works for you, just keep repeating it. So with this guy saying like, I'll likely die alone and angry, he just hasn't tried hard enough. If he has tried hard enough, he's just accepted his fate, or his belief, what he believes to be his fate. But if he didn't accept that, he would succeed. You know why? Because he'd take more action. He'd be more friendly. He'd be more nice to people, right? And I don't want you guys to take his advice and just believe it, right? We don't just believe stuff online, right? So don't believe me. Actually, just try it out. Like, don't believe what I'm saying. Go try it out. Come back, a couple months later, or a month later, or a week later, and say, oh, I tried this and it actually worked, right? If you do that, then you're actually going to succeed, because you're taking action over and over and over and over and over. And whatever repeats and scales wins, guys. So to summarize everything in the video, push past your negative beliefs, change your beliefs, take action fast to succeed, and don't just believe me. Actually try it out. So anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. I will be posting tomorrow as well, and probably tonight actually, and have a good day.